Hey, Richard Bryce here, Tennis Hacker. In this video, I want to show you a really cool drill that you can use to improve your reaction speed. And it doesn't matter what level you play at, if you get faster reactions, you become a better player. It helps you to return bigger serves, it helps you to get to every single shot faster, makes you sharper at the net. So I think you're really going to enjoy this one. If you do, it'd be fantastic if you could give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, it'd be awesome if you could do that as well. To improve your reaction speed, there's a number of different things that we could be targeting, but I'm going to help you with one very key element of having fast reactions. I'm going to help you and show you how to train your ability to make fast, accurate eye switches, focusing on targets at different distances. Because obviously, when you're hitting a shot, you're focusing on something that's up close. Then you have to quickly turn around, see what's going on down the other end of the court and quickly process visual information. And your eyes have to do a lot of work to make that happen. It sounds very simple, but underneath it's kind of complicated, and a lot of people have deficits within this, within these eye movements. And by correcting those deficits, it really helps to speed up reactions. But even if you don't have deficits in these eye movements at the moment, by making these eye movements faster and more accurate, it's really going to help to give you faster reactions. So we're going to be doing two versions of the drill. I'm going to show you the basic version of the drill, and then I'm going to show you a more advanced version that you can really use to start to challenge yourself and improve these eye movements and your reaction speed. The drill that we're going to be working on is a near-far switch. So you're going to be using a pen or a pencil as your near target, and then you're going to be using something, if you're out on court like me, you can use something that's further away, but if you're at home doing this in a room, just use something on the far side of the room. But obviously, eventually you're going to want to do it out on court, because tennis and everything is about specificity, so you need to train your visual system and your eye movements to function at the full length of the court. But here, I've got the pen. I'm going to bring it in towards the bridge of my nose. So we're going to find the near position first. You're going to bring it as close as you can to the bridge of your nose before it goes blurry. So for me, at this distance, it's clear. If I bring it to here, it starts to go blurry. So this is going to be the distance that I'm going to work with. Depending how your system's functioning, you might be able to bring it much closer without it going blurry, or you might have to stop at this sort of distance. If it's blurry at arm's length, then just do it at arm's length. Now, there is an additional problem that you might encounter depending how coordinated your eyes are. A lot of people's eyes can't look inwards together. It's something called convergence. You might find that if you bring the pen towards your nose, the tip of the pen starts to split in two. This happens when one of the eye muscles is weak, or the brain areas that control this skill aren't functioning properly. If that happens to you, well, firstly, we know that it's an issue that you need to address to improve your tennis. But secondly, you're going to back off until it goes back into a single target. But whatever you get to, that's going to be your near target. Then for the far target, just using something as far away as you can. And then from there, the drill is actually really simple. I'm just going to hold it here. I'm going to look at the near target. I'm going to switch and I'm going to look at the far target. Back to the near target and then to the far target. And when you're making these switches, you need to try and make sure that the target that you're looking at becomes clear before you switch. And what a lot of you are going to find is you're okay when you look at the near target, it might take a moment or two, but when you switch and look at the far target, for some people it's going to take 1, 2, maybe even 3 seconds for it to kind of go and come into focus. So what we're going to be training is making the movement quickly and then trying to lock our focus in on that target quickly. And as a basic form of exercise, we could work on, maybe 10 to 20 switches. So far, then back to near, far, then back to near. But this is the sort of drill that we could really increase the number of reps quite significantly over time to train the system. For the more advanced variation of this drill, we're going to be adding in a metronome. So we're going to give ourselves a target of speed that we're going to try and make the eye switches to. And this does a couple of things. Firstly, it gives us a target, and brains like targets. So just having something to work towards can help to encourage you to make slightly faster eye switches. But it also goes a little bit deeper than that. Using a metronome and the sound, it activates a certain area of the brain which is very close to the part of the brain that's responsible for visual spatial awareness. So for that reason as well, it can help to give things a little bit of an extra boost. But you're basically going to set yourself a metronome. I've got this on 60 beats per minute. You might find that that's a little bit quick to start with. You're going to have to play around and see what you can do, but then you'll just hit the metronome and switch between your targets. And it's as simple as that. And what you can do is gradually increase the speed of the metronome. So 60 beats per minute was completely fine for me. So I can try 70, 80, 90, see how fast I get to find an appropriate training speed for me at the moment. And then my goal over time would be to increase the speed at which I can make these switches at. And what I'll also throw in here is initially when you start doing this, a lower number of reps is going to be better. This stuff can be very challenging for people's visual system, so start small, maybe 10, 20 seconds using a metronome, really work on the speed of your eye movements, but over time you can start to go for longer and longer periods, building it up to 1 minute or even up to something like 2 minutes, and that's going to really challenge the speed, but it's going to challenge your endurance as well. And in addition to giving you faster reactions, this can be a really effective way to kind of, bulletproof your system against visual fatigue, which can be very helpful for also improving your focus and preventing you having lapses in matches.